right, take two. I'm live again. I was just getting warmed up talking about my observations about this whole thing, how all of a sudden I've become political. It's just interesting how we expand into more with awareness, with permission to actually experience more of life. So yeah, my news feed now in Facebook has turned political because I can get really passionate when talking about what's going on in the country and in the world right now. Before, when someone starts talking about politics, that would be my cue. Okay, bye, see you later, and I would go off. And it's funny that it also shows up on my DISC, DISC. That's a DISC behavioral assessment. It's very strong. My number one motivator is freedom or individualistic. My second is power or political, what it used to be before. And the third is aesthetics or balance, harmony, right? The arts, the creativity. And it's just amazing to see how it's all coming together. I had my coach read to me again my disc assessment just so I can understand myself better, my behavior, what's driving me, why I'm responding to certain situations this way and that way. And I can only imagine how people are responding to the changes going on in the world and where I am. Just the thought of it is like, if you feel that my energy just drained. It's so disheartening what's happening in the world, especially with the children who that are being human trafficked. And this is new information for me. uh the adrenochrome and all that, you familiar with that? I never knew such horrendous crime against children is happening. It just gives me great sadness, and at the same time, um, a calling. What can I do? What can I do? What is it that I'm here to do? Is it to discuss politics? In the bigger scheme of things, that's not my intent. It's still not political, right? Whoever is in power, I'm fully trusting us as long as we're not being led by someone who is taking away our freedom. Again, my number one motivator is freedom, right? So it's really very upsetting, it's really very triggering, and it's really very activating. So it's very upsetting that we are being deceived. It's very upsetting that our freedom is being taken away. And what are we going to do with that upset? And there's a bigger upset right now, that what's happening with our children. And it's just proof that so many things have gone on without our awareness, without our knowledge, without our permission, without uh, like, who told them that they can do that, and yet they're doing it behind our backs. It's just the audacity of it. It's really powering me up to voice my shock, to voice my observation, to voice not so much an opinion. I really don't have an opinion on any of that. I All I know is it's against my own freedom, my own soul. We are souls. We are meant to be free. We are spirits, right? In a body. Uh, we are here to make manifest that gloriousness of God, right? We are individual, unique expressions of God in this body. And how dare they limit that expression? That's where my anger is. That's where I get um, really activated. And where that goes, I'm very curious to see where that goes. This is all brand new expression for me. I've never been political in my life, so this is all brand new expression, and this is by uh, no means an apology or anything, but it's more a sharing of, oh my God, I'm finding myself in this place right now, and what is that doing? You know, it's oh, the more I speak up, my friends are unfriending themselves, and that's okay. It's okay to have a difference in opinion, but what's not okay is the attacking, the insults, the disrespect. Those are not okay. The silencing, never okay with me. Never okay with me. So it's okay to share your views. It's okay to point out other information, and I welcome that. I welcome all of that. You know, the understanding of us, the coming together of us as a human connection, as a human experience, as a human collective, right? Rather that, oh, you did this, that, oh, you know, you're drinking the Kool-Aid, and what's that gonna do if we're just gonna point each other's mistake rather than coming from an understanding and connection? We are working against each other. So another it's really heavy on the heart, um, to think of things that way, that we are really devolving. One other thing, my uh, that I thought human consciousness have reached a certain point where, wow, 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 you know, we are awake, we are alive, we are audacious. But no, look at what's happening. People have shrunk back. People have really, it's like I really want to pick up people from the feet and just smack them at the bottom and wake them up, you know, because why are you allowing this to happen? So there, why are you letting things happen like this? But then at the same time, I'm also observing it's not why they're not letting it happen. It's because they really believe that they're really convinced that that's what's happening, and it's such a beautiful yet confusing yet it's I don't know what my position is in all of it, you know. um I want to be in the center. I want to be in the neutral place. I want um, to stay in that harmonious place. But sometimes I just really want to pick up someone and smack them at the bottom, because how can you allow people to steal your own freedom? It's crazy. It's crazy. So anyway, I'm just venting, sharing, that I'm just as confused as everyone else, and I'm just as uh, excited also. An element of excitement that all this is going to be over one day and we're all going to be better for it. But the invitation right now is to really see, not from a hurt or wounded position, not from a place of they're out to get me, but from a place of, okay, how can I uh, open myself up even more? How can I understand even more? How can I lead uh, from a place of authenticity? How can I share of myself even more? How can I shine my light even more? Um, but the thing is, right now, it feels so limited, and that feels so suffocating to me. But when I talk to another person and that's their reality, it's like I have to ask myself, what is my role here? And I really believe it's no longer the time to save each other, but to just really hold space for one another, to find that place inside themselves, to give permission to blossom, to give permission to expand their awareness, to really give permission to have a different set of perspective and not just fixed. You know, someone commented on my one of my posts today. Oh, da 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 da. Period. What? Period. We cannot have a discussion. That's it. Your view is the only view. Period. So no, I believe in varied forms, a variety of expressions. Right? You are not me. I'm not you. You know. But unless we honor that in each other, there's always be that you're right, I'm wrong, I'm right, you're wrong, and it feels doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good, not even from an ego perspective. There's that soul perspective that knows it doesn't feel good. So we are all one expression of the one in a unique expression, and sometimes it's very challenging to not pick up somebody. Oh, anyway, I'm just crazy here, but I'm excited that I'm going out on a trip tomorrow and just pull away from all these crazies because there's new developments again. I'm curious as to how everyone is handling this. And even if you're not watching the news, right? Some of my clients are they don't care, but they still feel the energy. They still feel the discombobulated energy, even though they're not watching the news, even though they're not engaged in that, and they're just taking care of their children, going to work or doing their work. You know, they don't have time to watch TV, but they're still feeling the energy of this harmony out there. We are being attacked on so many levels. Our food, our breath, our right to breathe is being taken away from us. I'm going to South Dakota where there's no mask mandate. Yes, they never locked down, right? We're being attacked. So many levels. And I believe it's all to disconnect us from our very soul, from our very spirit. And I've lived my life. I'm okay. I've 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 prayed to God for so long to just take me back, take me back, take me back, right? Until one day, okay, fine, you're not gonna take me back. Might as well have live my life the way that brings me joy, that brings me fun, that brings me greater expression of fuller experience and expression of life, without fear, without apologies, without inhibition and all that. Just be free in my own skin, right? That fine, you don't want to take me back, fine, I'm gonna have the time of my life then. And I've done that for me. I've done that out of unconditional self-love for me. I want others to have that too. But the children who is supposed to be our future, they're being distorted, they're being trafficked, their organs are being trafficked, and this is just horrible, horrible. So if there's anything I would like to leave you with is to think of the children. I know it's too much to think that people could be capable of such level of evil. And I was so shocked in the beginning to find out what's going on. But if you can suspend judgment and also just, don't force yourself or anything, but just open up to the awareness that such things are happening, and that's it. Just open it, rather than, oh no, that can't be happening, that just totally dismiss it, be dismissive. I think of, did I already mention it? I was talking to a doctor today. Oh, I mentioned it at my presentation. I was talking to doctor today, and I was like, oh, did you happen to see all the video of the doctors about HCQ? And she was just dismissing, no, that doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. Really? Even if it saved life, you wouldn't even consider, prescribing it, or sending someone to a doctor who does? No, it doesn't work. They banned it and stuff like that. Well, really? If I were your patient and I asked for it, you wouldn't prescribe it to me? And she said, my hands are tied. And at that point, my heart sank, because this is a woman who has the power to change people's lives, and just being so dismissive, right? And my hands are tied, you know wear the mask, this and that. And it's just disheartening when you have that power, when you have that position, when you have that influence to really create change and wholeness and well-being for people, and your hands are tied. It's very disheartening for me. The sense of betrayal that I feel, not me personally, but for the entire world. And I beg of you, your hands are not tied. Your hands are not tied. And do this with me. Break free. Break free from the limitations that are being imposed. Because from a position of freedom, then we can pick and choose. It doesn't have to be a certain way. HCQ is not for everybody. Certainly. Certainly. But why be dismissive? Why be fixed? Why judge it as wrong when there's a benefit to it? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm going to take it. I'm not saying if it's right for me. I don't know. I'm not there, and I'm not even going to imagine, that the possibility, because my own self-awareness is different. I believe that my body can heal itself, that I don't need HCQ. That's my stand. That my body is so sacred and so intelligent that it can heal itself. I'm not on any medication. Why would you vaccinate me? Over my dead body. Over my dead body. So that's not political at all. That's my right. Don't take away my medical liberties. My right to choose what's best for me. And now those children, they don't have a choice. They're being abducted. They're being... Who is their voice? Who is the voice of these children when their own parents are trafficking them? It breaks my heart. It really, really breaks my heart for the children. When they don't have people to support them. And do you know that these children grow up as adults and really confused and never really knowing who they are? And it's a struggle their whole life to find themselves, because they were never given that opportunity to know themselves, to be free. So anyway, whatever wherever you are in the political thing, I really feel for the people who really believe what they're believing in. I really feel for you. But the thing is, just like I got I felt so betrayed by the people I thought were truthful leaders, the leaders that are supposed to defend us and take care of us. No, the sense of the level of betrayal that I've seen from the moment I awoken to all these things that's happening in the nation and the world due to COVID. COVID really is a huge gift for humanity. Huge gift. Yet at the same time, there's so many information, and it's raining information right now, and it's raining all this pointing fingers right now going on, and I'm like, I'm out of that. I'm gonna take the next 3 days and I'm not gonna be checking on my phone. At least that's my intention. I just wanna go back into this. What is my message? What is it that's calling me? I've lost that. Like, I was so active in promoting my business, and now it's like lost the relevance of that. Um, but I know it's because there's new things coming in, that as long as I'm in this space, as long as the space is cluttered and already filled up with too much gunk, whatever that new information is, the new light is not going to show up until I let go and release again, right? It's a process of clearing and releasing so that we can be more open to that infinity of expression that we are. And whatever that is, however that shows up, that's the fun and adventure of it right now, for me anyway. Right? And all I have to do is say yes, 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 yes to the next one, yes to this moment, yes to the unfoldment. And I can't say yes to that when yesterday, was it yesterday? Yesterday, the silencing of the doctors and stuff is like, if it's happening to them, it's gonna happen to us, right? Senator Jensen said that, he's being investigated, or is that the right word, investigated? But the state board is looking into his statements around COVID. Yeah, right. The falsification of the death certificate. It was the Minnesota senator who spoke about that. Proud of him. Really, really proud of revealing that information to the public. And now they're silencing him, right? Silencing him. And that's never okay with me, to be silenced, right? Throat chakra. Open up, open up. So anyway, that's it. That's it. If with all this confusion going on in the world, my invitation is to come back to you, unconditional self-love. And if there's any discomfort, if there's any restlessness, if there's any inner conflict that's coming up for you, use that as a guide, use that as a signal, as a clue to find out where in you you're longing for wholeness, where in you you're longing for congruence, where in you you're longing for integrity, so that you can stand strong in your self-trust, in your faith in yourself and faith in God, where you can be the face of God, the light of God. God needs a body. It's you. You are the face of God. And in all this confusion, it can get, like really, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. If you're not centered, if you don't know who you are at core. And remember the children. Let's pray for the children. And let's pray that this madness, where people are powering over another, let's put an end to that. Power over, making others insignificant. That's not the world that we are now creating together. All this chaos is happening to dismantle that world. We're powering over. We're creating fear to power up that world. That world saying bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yo, done. So this new world is new. So give yourself lots and lots and lots of permission to discover, express, experience all that you are and all that you're meant to be. And I'm doing that too. I promise. I promise. Giving myself lots and lots and lots of permission to be, to become. It's an unbecome to really be who you are at core. Right? And I'm sharing that because that's my journey too. And that's where happiness is. That's where joy is. That's where harmony is. Because when you're feeling harmonious inside, everything else is noise. You can go through noise, knowing who you are, knowing what you want to do. Very clear, very focused. And to get there, right, lots of sustaining yourself. And if you can notice where you are collapsing your energy, where you are giving your power away, and use that awareness to, oh, okay, then let me try this, or let me try that, and give yourself permission to explore that possibility rather than, I gotta do this. My hands are tied. Bullshit. Your hands are not tied. You can untie it. Right? And let's untie the children's hands. They don't deserve it. They deserve a lot of love, and they are our future. The future. My daughter told me that human species is going extinct. Well, the way we're doing life, yeah, for sure. But as long as there's breath inside of me, I'm going to speak about it. I'm going to talk about it. Do everything in my power to shift perspectives and expand the mind so that we can be what our soul came here to do. All right, so they're all new to me too. But the way we navigate this can be a dance. Can be a sexy dance, or it can be, oh my God, crazy woman, get away from me. And that's your choice. It's all your choice. So I choose love. I choose fun. I choose dance. I choose harmony. All right, I'm gonna go. Thank you for this space and for hearing me. Love you guys.